Yeah. All right. What else we want to talk about here? Are we just going to talk about COVID the whole time?
No, not at all. I guess we could do an intro.
Yeah.
And I'll just stitch it earlier.
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't even do an intro.
No.
I thought we were just in the podcast there.
Yeah, that's good. I'll use a lot of that.
Alrighty. Howdy guys. It's
Howdy.
West Loop here. Your boy Cam with Kale.
Yeah.
And we're just honestly we're just gonna come clean right off the start. It's been a busy couple weeks. So the regular format may look a little bit weird this week, but we figured we'd just have a quick hangout session, go maybe down to the roots of what this podcast was meant to be, is just a chill sesh of two friends catching up in a pandemic world where we can't hang out in the same room. And so yeah, that's exactly what this is going to be, is no planning involved. We got maybe a couple topics we might want to hit, but yeah. How's your week been, Kale?
Like you said, fucking busy. I don't know. Just working days and fucking, wedding planning.
Nice.
I mean,
Look at us hitting our milestones.
Yeah. Just following the script, eh?
Yep.
No.
Yep. Yeah. Fingers crossed here. I'm going to find out within the next day or two, but it's sounding like I may have purchased my first home. We'll add a little bit of like a cheering
fancy
thing, a little sample in there. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. I honestly, if you asked me 2 years ago if I would be buying a home by the time I was 28, I would have laughed very loud. I just didn't think that would happen, but
Fucking A.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that blows my mind. I don't know.
You could do it, man.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's not really a podcast topic, though.
No. I was not meaning it. Like, I wasn't pitching it in that way either.
No.
Like,
I wasn't.
Can you put in a good word for me?
No, I get it. We could talk about that after the fact, but yeah. Anyways, we had busy weeks, and now we're here trying to push out a podcast. We got a pretty extensive list of things planned for this podcast here. On my list, I have one thing, actually.
One thing. Nice.
In the month of March, The Office pilot aired on March 24th, 2005. So what's that? Like,
Fuck. 2005? Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
16 years ago?
16 years, yeah. 16 years ago, arguably one of my favorite television shows was created. But to start that off, I didn't really like The Office at first. I don't even know when I was exposed to it. It certainly wasn't in 2005.
No.
Maybe more 2008, 2009, I'm thinking. I remember I started to like it once I started seeing repeats on G4 TV television station. I think, was it G4? That gaming station?
Oh, yeah. G4. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I would watch repeats on that, and then I kind of got into it. But I knew you and a few of our friends were bigger into it before me. But then I was kind of late to it. And then when Netflix streaming service became a thing here in Canada, and we had The Office, then it was just like the rest was history. I binged that show so many times.
Yeah, it's bad. It's like basically just the background noise show in our house.
Yeah,
and I know that's like that's like almost become a meme at this point, as like boring basic white people cliches. Is that like, oh, I love The Office, like fucking.
But it's crazy, man. It was like you think
There's
about
some
how
rough
much
parts of it, but some of it is gold.
Oh yeah. Well, you think about how much money a company like Netflix invests into new shows and new series. The most viewed or streamed show on Netflix last year was The Office.
Yeah.
Like that's a big deal. I mean, it's a show that has been off the air for what, almost
So what? If it was
8 years,
9 seasons and
probably.
started in 2005, what is that? Fucking yeah, it ended in 2014. That's like yeah, 7, 8 years.
Yeah, like that's wild that a show like that was the most streamed show on a platform that has new things all the time, their own series that they
Mm-hmm.
invest millions, billions probably into. But yeah, no, I mean, it's you're right. There is some rough parts, for sure. Seasons 1 through like before Michael leave is when I streamed the most.
Yeah.
Very few times have I actually finished the entire series, but I have done it quite a few still.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Actually, my most recent playthrough was the entire series, and it made me appreciate those last couple seasons a bit more. Just because I was coming in from a different perspective, and there's some gold episodes still in those last couple
Oh yeah. There's a
seasons.
few like that are still really
I
good. Yeah.
find the seasons that involve Andy the least are the episodes that involve Andy the least are probably the best ones,
Yeah.
because his character just becomes so toxic in my opinion, and just
Yeah. He sucks.
not a good character. But yeah, no, there's still some great shit. Because I know a lot of people that like watched it once and then have just literally plain out refused to watch, or some don't even finish the series but still love The Office, which I feel like you have to know that you've seen every single episode of The
Yeah.
Office. Like,
No shit, eh?
yeah,
No. I love there's like I love when Robert California comes. Like he's probably like the best part of the later stuff, but
yeah, no, I've heard that. I don't particularly love him like that much. I like him. There's episodes that I love. I love the party at his house. That's a
yeah.
great episode. Um, but yeah, and then there's the what's his name, something Whitaker's or something like that. Will Ferrell's character. What's his name?
Oh, I don't remember what the characters. Something D'Angelo.
D'Angelo. Yeah, D'Angelo Whitaker's or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
something like that. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
He's pretty funny, but
yeah,
he's
he's pretty funny.
ridiculous. It's just The Office kind of suffers from like it's not my idea. It's like something that I've heard people mention before, but it's just like the elasticity of the characters in a sitcom when it runs on too long. Like because like half of the humor in The Office is from like how quirky and weird some of the characters are, but the first few seasons it's like everybody's still mostly like real believable people, but just as it progresses everybody starts to become such extreme like caricatures. Like I don't know, early on Kevin's like just like kind of a dopey but mostly normal dude with a fiance, but then by the end of it he's just this like absolutely like just so stupid clown falling around rolling in
Yeah,
chili. Like I love that fucking chili scene, but like it's just like and
yeah.
like yeah, like and
But they,
Andy, he's like kind of annoying, like slightly entitled, but mostly you kind of root for him in the beginning. But then everything gets so exaggerated that he's such just a spoiled fucking brat that you fucking hate him by the end of it. Like it's just
yeah. It's weird. I never really thought of that like in the eyes of like a character of Kevin. But you're right, and like I don't know. Sometimes they probably definitely went too far with it. I
it's
still
just
think
you
like
have
when
to.
Holly like when they pranked Holly and she like full on thought he was like special needs.
Yeah.
Those were really good. That was a really good episode or two that carried on for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like I think there was like for me probably the worst thing they did in that series besides characters was I mean some people liked it but I didn't, is when they blew that third wall where they started interacting with that cameraman, and then that
Oh,
cameraman
the
started
fourth wall.
presenting
Yeah.
feelings for Pam. That was like so weird.
Yeah,
I
that's
did not
definitely
like that at all.
what do they call that? A jump the shark moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, because it's something that they never really, I mean, yes, they had a couple scenes where like Jim or someone would interact, but you never heard a response from a cameraman. Like you never
No,
actually physically heard a cameraman talk or anything.
no.
So it was just like
Let alone the fucking boom guy come on screen and like, oh.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I mean.
No.
Like, because before it is just funny to like see a normal office setting with some weird people, but then like it becomes less of a normal office too as it goes on. Like it's like more and more like the episodes themselves get more and more ridiculous. Like before it would be something involving like expense sheets or fucking something like that, but like now it's just completely all like it's like we're going to Dwight's fucking beet fucking farm for some reason. Like
yeah, no, I mean there was ridiculous things.
I love them, but yeah,
I think what was really cool too is when there was some of those one-off where it was ridiculous. It was under that umbrella of because it was generally related to Michael Scott.
Yeah,
and it was almost excused because of Michael Scott because he was just a ridiculous person.
Yeah, that's true too. Like the booze cruise. Oh, that's such a good episode.
Like any of that shit, like and just like the ridiculous meetings that had to be held in the office or whatever and stuff like that. Like, no, yeah, it definitely takes a dip. I've heard I should have had it pulled up, but I heard that it wasn't like Steve Carell didn't actually even leave the office. They decided to do that route where.
Really? Like a writing choice?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was all because Steve Carell was in movies now, so he was like done.
Yeah, no, I thought so too, but I had heard someone told me actually not that long ago. I could be completely wrong and I shouldn't be stating that shit in here, but
who cares?
Did Steve Carell leave the office? Yeah, no, apparently he did leave. So
yeah, there you go.
Never mind, folks. We'll edit that shit out.
Wrong. That is
wrong.
Yeah, no. It takes a dip when he leaves heavily.
For sure. No, I do love. He's like a character you love to hate.
Oh yeah.
The more I watched, I'm like, oh, he's so awful.
Have you seen the some of the extras that Peacock TV has released? Though, just like shit that you didn't know. Like they have this one. They released a bunch of the audition tapes for people auditioning for the characters of The Office. Have you seen that?
No.
Fuck, you should pull that shit up and we should react to it. Like it's good shit. We'll get copyrighted on it, but whatever. Who cares?
Shit, eh?
There's huge names that tried out for this show, and it's just crazy to think that, like, other than Steve Carell, there really isn't any established names from The Office.
Sorry? I'm looking for this.
Other than Steve Carell, there's really not many, like, in the early seasons anyways, established names, like, actors-wise, that... So, like, it's cool that they picked these lower names over some of these other people that did audition for the roles. But I'm sure a lot of these people, too, in that, we're thinking 2005, right? So, like, 2005, a lot of these other people probably weren't that established either.
Yeah, well, even Steve Carell, like, wasn't he just, like, a fucking reporter on The Daily Show when he got cast in The Office?
Yeah, but I feel like 40-Year-Old Virgin was out.
Oh, okay.
But maybe not. When did 40-Year-Old Virgin also came out in 2005.
So he was probably just starting to get, like, noticed by, like...
Yeah.
All right, I got this fucking audition video here.
Is there sound?
Yeah, I shared it.
Urine is sterile. Did you know that? If you're in the field, you can clean a man's wound by taking a whiz on it. That is actually in first aid books written by the Red Cross.
We play hard.
Oh,
and we work
shit.
hard. Sometimes we probably play hard when we should be working hard, but that's probably my fault.
But he was basically Michael in that one episode,
yeah,
like where Pam goes to that other office.
Mm-hmm.
He literally is Michael. Like
he's just another Michael.
I'm watching TV every night.
Yeah.
Not for me. I like it.
Frankly, I spent the first month trying to remind my boss that there is no Y in paper.
I'm not afraid of violence in the workplace
either.
either.
Shit, Judah.
No, I mean, not me. Some people here are. Some of the secretaries, not me. Check this out. See this? It's 90% red hot peppers.
He would have been a good choice.
Yeah, he's so good.
Guy's done. Paralyzed for 2 weeks straight. I'm not afraid.
No, I'm trained in this from being a sheriff's deputy.
I cannot see Patton Oswalt as fucking Dory.
No, maybe a little bit, but
I'm a sales rep, which means that my job is to speak to clients.
What's this guy's name?
Harold?
Phone.
No, I don't know what his real name is.
Quantity and type of paper, and if we can supply it to them, and if they can purchase it, and I'm boring myself just talking about it. So that's
Adam Scott would have been a good Jim.
Yeah, for sure. That's so weird. Just that like so many of them ended up in Parks and Rec.
I'm a sales rep, which means that my job is to speak to clients on the phone about quantity, type of paper, whether we can supply it to them, whether they can pay for it, and I'm boring myself just talking about it, to be honest. It's
urine is sterile. Okay? That's a fact. Did you know that? When you are in the field, you can clean a wound by whizzing on it. True. It is in the first aid guidebook from the American Red Cross Association. So it's totally unfair for me to get in trouble for whizzing in the sink.
I hope they get rid of me. Because then I might actually get off my ass and do something. Because I don't think it's many little girls' dreams to grow up and be a receptionist. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but whatever it is, it's got to be a career move, not just another arbitrary job. And Jim's advice was that it's better to be at the bottom of a ladder that you want to climb than halfway up one you don't.
What'd you watch on TV last night?
I didn't. I rented a movie.
I watched that Special Victim SVU.
Never seen that.
Friggin' repeat.
Well, that sucks, doesn't it?
Not for me. I hadn't seen it.
It is a question.
It's communication.
Do you trust me? Do you trust me? Yes or no?
Yes. I trust you.
He's
like
so
that.
skinny. Whoa.
Because it's not often that you get something that's both romantic and thrifty. So there's that going.
I said if corporate wants to come here and interfere, you ain't messing with my chillin'. I am if anyone's going to.
Yeah, but Michael, what if they do downsize here?
Not gonna happen.
It could be out of your hands, Michael.
Was there anything that you wanted to add to the agenda?
Okay, I'm into foreign films. I read The New Yorker, love Shakespeare.
Did you happen to see the Dunder Mifflin flag out in the parking lot? Isn't it inspiring? I think I want it on my coffin.
Hey, get out of here.
Yeah, would you mind if I went out for a drink with these guys?
No, let's go ahead, let's go home.
It's a gimmick, I think, really. Casual Friday, one day you let your hair down, that's pathetic.
Michael,
go on.
Can we not talk about downsizing?
Oh, we have to sooner or later.
Yes, but right now what we have to decide is do you fold Stanford people into this branch or vice versa?
Actually, people say I am the best boss they've ever had. The world's greatest boss. Give it to me. They go, Michael, we have never worked in a place like this before. I mean, you are a riot. You get the best out of us. And I say, well, que sera, sera. And if it's true, awesome.
It's hard to imagine anyone else, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's kind of a non sequitur, is what I've been told. It's kind of filler words. Have you ever heard of filler words? It's kind of like that. Que sera, sera. If I had to define what it meant, I'd say.
Oh my god.
What context did I use it just then?
Yeah, I don't know. He comes into it with like such a like fully formed like I don't know, like just like a guy, like a believable person, just like really sells just this guy that thinks he's hilarious, a joke master.
No, it's some good shit, man.
No, he's classic.
I gotta restart that show again.
Oh man, I can't. I like never watch it of my own volition because I know that I'll see enough of it just by being around. Like, just like
I want to watch Parks and Rec though again. It's now that it's on Netflix. I got a good watch.
Well, when I was on my Prime free trial, we watched all of that.
I've been dying to watch. How do you watch Always Sunny? You just have it downloaded.
Yeah.
I wish it was on streaming service, man, because that show I want to watch.
Well, what the fuck, man? Why is it not on Disney Plus?
I know. There's a lot of shit that's not on Disney Plus, and even because it's Disney Plus because of Canada, there's some other places that have the rights to it. Like technically all of Grey's Anatomy should be on Disney Plus, but it's not because it's on Netflix. However, Always Sunny isn't on any other platform.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know why it's not on there.
I don't know. It's so
good. I thought it was. The League is on there, so I started watching that again.
Oh, yeah.
You know, honestly, it's not as good as I remembered it. It's funny at times. There's good.
It's pretty funny sometimes, but
yeah,
they're all like such shitty people, and it's kind of like grating too.
Yeah, it was so weird. I finished the first season, and fucking Meghan Markle makes an appearance in one episode.
Really?
Like, what the hell? This is weird.
That's funny.
Yeah.
God, I cannot tell you there's not an issue that I give less of a fuck about than all that fucking royal drama shit. Holy God,
me neither,
damn.
Because it just doesn't surprise. Like, if we want to get into it, it's like I don't care because I don't care about the royal family. I think the whole idea of a royal family is stupid anymore, and for them removing themselves and wanting to be normal people, like, good for them. And if what they're disclosing is true, that the royal representatives were legit worried about how dark the skin of their child was going to be, that's pretty fucked up. I would get the hell out of that place too. But
no shit.
I don't know, the whole drama around it, and it's like you're trying to remove yourself from the drama. So what better way than to sign up to do an Oprah Winfrey interview is also kind of fucked up, in my opinion. Like, if you're just trying to remove yourself, then remove yourself, which I guess they've been doing for the greater part of a year now. But maybe it just wasn't working out for them. So doing the Oprah interview was a way to reveal the dark secrets, I guess. But
well, I'm sure they got paid nicely for it too.
Oh yeah, you know they did. Which, I mean, yeah, it's interesting to see, and the views on this thing are apparently insane, and like seeing like what has transpired since then. Like, did you see that? What's that British news anchor kind of interview guy? What's it? Piers Morgan. Did you see his shit?
No, he stormed off or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, he's all team royal family, and he said a bunch of shit about Meghan, and then his anchor tried to dig at him a little bit, I guess, on one of their times talking about it, and he stormed off the set and then quit the show the next day.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
dude.
He's just livid. You see I'm gonna botch the name, but is it Charlie Hebdo, the cartoonist that got all that drama and trouble from that French cartoonist?
Yeah. Well, what do they get in trouble for now? They're always getting in trouble.
You didn't see look up the Meghan Markle one. It's like, whoa.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Yeah. Did I say the name right, or did I botch that completely?
What, Charlie Hebdo? I don't know.
Oh.
I think that's how you'd say it. There's probably some like way more lame French way to to say it right. But
it depicts Meghan Markle and the Queen.
Well, is anybody gonna show it? Oh. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Savage.
Like, I was just like, when I seen that, I was like, holy shit.
That is fucked.
Yeah.
That's savage. Well, I don't know. I did pull up the picture too that basically sums up how I feel about all this shit that I was going to show you. There's a nice meme that sums it up.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you're telling me that this like insane family that's like all inbred, keeping themselves pure of blood and like colonized half the fucking world. There's my Facebook.
Well, we can edit that out.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it doesn't surprise me either. I've been against this idea and this obsession. And I was talking to a coworker, and it's just like, it's just another form of Hollywood almost. It's just like this, they don't matter anymore. And so it's just, I don't know.
Well, they still like have like a weird amount of influence. That's what sucks.
Oh, absolutely. Not so much on our
Not
side
here,
of the world.
no,
Yeah.
but back in the UK, yeah. And I mean, they do still have like weird symbolic functions that sometimes, like the Governor General. I know that's not the royal family, but the Governor General that's supposed to represent them, like, does have like some weird, important functions. Not important, but like decisive
I'm curious
function.
if something like this would essentially motivate Canada from removing from the royal family or whatever that name is that I can't think of regarding that.
The crown.
The crown.
Yeah. It's so fucking lame. But I don't know. Trudeau's commented on it because people have asked him that. Like, can we, like, why are we still so wrapped up with it kind of thing? And yeah, they basically dance around it. Like, he just, like, doesn't really comment one way or another. Just, like, I don't know. He's like, he says something about, like, an evolving relationship or something, but we can't really, like, comment on that. And because it's, like, a constitutional thing, because it's all wrapped up in our constitution.
Yeah.
And they're really hesitant to open that up.
Interesting.
Because I don't know, I forget where I saw it, but somebody was just like, they're hesitant to revisit that because the last time we like opened up constitutional shit, Quebec almost separated. So like, like they're like,
right,
Canada's pretty rickety.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't really give a shit, but yeah.
Yeah, me either. But it's one of those things. It's just like, okay, well, what will it change about my life? Nothing. Okay.
This is a complete sidetrack, but it came up. It popped into my mind when you brought up the Quebec thing. Why does it seem like so many services and stuff like that? Like when I've been like looking at security and stuff like that, services. And I think maybe it particularly pertains to when something is American, but then it comes to Canada, that so many things say available in Canada except for Quebec. I wonder why that is. Is there some sort of stipulation that Quebec just has like a lot of restrictions on that, or is it because of the French part? Like I can't imagine it.
That's like a lot of like even just like contests and stuff too. Right?
Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah, that's another thing I've noticed about. Like, I wonder why that is.
I think it's because they like wanted to separate, so they wanted to be like as sovereign, like their own little nation as much as possible. I don't know anything. I'm talking completely out of my ass, but this is what I assume. This is what I assume it is. Like, so it's just like most things, like it doesn't automatically apply because they don't want things to just automatically apply to them because they're part of Canada, because they don't want to be really part of Canada, and so like. Just like things don't automatically apply, and then most of those things, why the fuck would they bother negotiating with Quebec? Like, it's probably not much of like a market, right? So it's just like they just like don't even bother. So available everywhere except Quebec, you know. Like,
oh yeah,
that's my half-baked theory.
Have you ever wondered why the rules for so many contests exclude residents of Quebec from eligibility? People who are considering operating contests would be well advised to research the applicable laws for each province where they want to run the promotion, but may wish to pay special attention to Quebec. The decision to open contests to residents of that province will rest largely on whether a franchisor wants to deal with its regulatory rules, some French name for their rules and stipulations, launched to the public. So there's just heavy rules. I mean, That's contests. I mean, like, even some of the things I've been looking at are just like services, but there just must be like some tight rules and laws involved in that.
Must be. I don't know. Maybe it's like an economic protective thing. Like they just want to make like no, like we want you to use the like security services here in Quebec rather than some big international one or something. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. Who fucking knows?
Who knows? And
who cares?
I don't know. Yeah, who gives a fuck?
I'll say it. I'll take it. How's Calgary doing? Because Lethbridge is a hot spot right now.
Really?
Yeah, Lethbridge.
I think Calgary's always a hot spot.
Lethbridge is popping with the cases right now. Like, there's talk even, too, in the city that... Because today they're going to announce when we can expect Tier 3 to start. And we're hearing potentially that Lethbridge might be left out of that because of how wild it is here right now. Sure. But the thing is and that this is the thing that people need to pay attention to, which I think is still pretty good, is even though the cases are up, based off the tier system, it's purely on hospitalizations, and deaths and hospitalizations have actually been down. Deaths quite a lot. We actually had the first day without a death in Alberta in a long time, like a couple days ago. So,
oh yeah.
I mean, based on their tiering, they said that it's strictly on hospitalization. So
yeah, they like want to keep
however,
it like 300 or something. But
yeah, they've already deemed that, and we haven't even had a chance to talk about it. I know this podcast might be a little all over the place, but how fucking hilarious was it with these new COVID stipulations where they decided to change Tier 2 and open gyms up, but then have that part where you can't overexert yourself.
yeah.
And let's make staffing at gym have to determine who's overexerting themselves and who's not overexerting themselves. That's so stupid.
They're job creators, man. That's he promised jobs. You know, you got to get the sweat police.
Yeah, that's literally what that kind of is. It's just I don't understand that. Oh, and then like now with pools, like in our city, pools are open, but pools are only open for like aquafit and stuff where your head can be out of the pool because you actually have to wear your mask in the pool.
No way.
Yeah. And in the fine print, it says, we recommend bringing a second mask just in case your first one gets wet.
Gets a little bit wet.
I'm just like, oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Fucking, I love it, dude. There's always some new weird fucking...
But I've heard this a few times, and it brings an interesting thing with the whole restaurant system now opening, and they're allowed to serve liquor until 10 and have to be closed by 11. It poses this interesting thing that the restaurants feel, and I agree, because they're having to follow these stipulations. These people are actually safer going to have some drinks at the restaurant than by having them close at 10. All that does is then motivates people to invite people over to their house after the bar where the stipulations don't matter. And that in itself is creating an element where people are gathering still in homes. And I feel like we predicted this anyways, but I feel like there's really not any sort of element of enforcement to not having social gatherings at your home. I'm sure it's happened, but like, let's be real here. We knew that was going to be a little bit ridiculous. Like, I don't think they're sending out police to just monitor how many vehicles are at a home. And, this one has too many. I think I'm going to take a check.
No, they want people to rat out their neighbors.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I think maybe this is a bad opinion to have, but I think you're probably better off like going to a friend's house and like trying to be halfway conscious of it
No, I agree.
Than going, because like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably fucked because it's like people say it's airborne now, like, or it was the whole time. So it's just like as soon as you're sharing space with somebody, I mean, masks help a little bit, but not a lot.
But
so as soon as you're sharing space with people, you're basically exchanging those germs. The germs. But so,
well, in a
restaurant, it's a bunch of strangers then, and that like just expands your bubble.
And you don't have your mask on as soon as you sit down at your table.
And you're chomping food and like throwing shit in the air, right? Like it's...
Yeah, no. When I was telling you that me and Logan were waiting for the results of our offer for a home, this woman started choking. Right at the table line. It's like all of a sudden you could just hear her just like we're looking back like what's going on here? Like it carried on for like 10-15 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Everybody's just like 6 feet away, like just throw yourself on the table on the back of the chair.
Yeah, it was really uncomfortable, that's for sure. Yeah. I mean, I think she was by herself. I don't know if she was by herself. We couldn't actually like physically see the table. It was like on the booth behind the other side, so we could just hear the play-by-play of it. But
holy shit,
it was quite entertaining. Slightly terrifying though too.
Yeah,
you don't want to hear somebody like that in a restaurant when you're in a pandemic. But. Yeah,
I was thinking more like you were just like horrified that this lady's like choking to death and just keeps going.
I wasn't worried about that. I watched a couple waiters or waitresses walk by and never stopped. So to me, it was under control. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't got much. This might be a short one.
Yeah, probably. That's fine. The last one was a long one, so.
It's still 49 minutes. Let's wrap her up.
Nice. Yeah, fuck it. Well, we won't be able to use all of that, but...
Yeah.
No, what else did we... I don't know. There was one thing... I don't know. I thought of it when we were talking about it earlier. I should have brought it up. But I was so miffed to see that, like, the NDP put forward some, like, plan for, like, forgiving student debt. Because we were talking about my student debt. But it's like, we'll forgive up to 20 grand of it as long as you make less than, like, 60 grand, like, per household. So it's just like...
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool.
And that's if they come into power.
Well, they'd have to get, like, somebody to co-sponsor it, right? Like, it'd be a motion they'd table and have to get, like, either the Liberals or the Conservatives to vote for it, which...
Essentially, that's just going to be a part of their platform.
Yeah, part of their platform and, like, like, symbolic, right? So, And so it's just like, oh, cool, but, like, I don't know. It's like good. Like, yeah, that'd be great if you could do that. Obviously, I don't want you to not do that. That'll make somebody's life easier. Great, but it's just like, oh, fuck. Like,
yeah.
Don't help me none.
Yeah. They're judging you because you're in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, only...
If you can't afford it, then your spouse can pay for your student loans, is what they're trying to say.
Yeah, you guys should both be throwing it all at it.
Yeah, there's some crazy shit, man. Like, even, like, mortgage insurance, man, it's crazy. Like, so we had to, like, decide if we wanted mortgage insurance, and if we did, if one of us dies, essentially our mortgage is just paid for.
Oh, nice.
Or if one of us becomes severely injured where we can't work, they just cover our monthly mortgage payment. Nice. Which is strange. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even know that existed.
Well, I have that. I have that on some of my debt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what I think is, like, if you're in a relationship with someone who's on the way out, like, why not buy a home and get that insurance?
I'm sure they wouldn't give it to you if they knew. There was a ticking time bomb.
I mean, what a better way to get a free home than to do something like that?
Good Lord. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Don't croak.
I'm trying not to. Each day is a struggle, but...
I'm sure you'll get the vaccine soon. Just hold out, buddy.
Anything else you want to add there, Kale?
Not really. I don't know. That's pretty much all the things that came to mind. We were chatting on our movies and shit earlier, but
let's sign off here.
Yeah, for sure. No, that was good. That was fun.
Yeah. So, sorry, folks. This one maybe wasn't the most structured episode, and maybe something you didn't want to hear. But if you like The Office and you're sick of COVID, then you're probably listening to us.
You're in for a treat.
We're the best podcast on the market that offers you COVID and The Office related conversations. So
yeah,
check us out on all major platforms. Give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, catch you guys around.
Couple weeks. Yeah, whatever our schedule is anymore. I don't know. Bye.
Bye.
No, I'll get it. I'll be happy to get it. Like
I'm sure. Like if they because what'll probably happen is like I'll get like an email from work like, oh, you're eligible now, and be like, okay.
I'm not gonna lie though. There's gonna be a little bit of fear if all of a sudden I'm told I'm getting the AstraZeneca one. I don't know why, but I just because it's got known issues, and then there's been how many given of the other one with not that many known issues.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's that little bit of more so anxiety in my own head than anything else.
Yeah, that's where it all comes from. But oh my god. Yeah, because like I already freak out if I get too baked and my heart starts beating too fast. If
That's
you already
what I mean,
got
man. I have my own anxieties on so many
so
things.
like the next time you get like a weird little heart flutter, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's the vaccine!"